That is incredible. Only on the Travel Guys would you see a wild wolf approaching a mother grizzly and her cubs.
That's right. Join the Travel Guys on our Northern Canadian road trip next.
The Travel Guys is brought to you by Flight Centre, with 175 stores across Canada and online at flightcentre.ca.
Hi, I'm Jim Gordon.
And I'm Darren Parkman.
And we are the Travel Guys.
Well, my friend, here we are in the beautiful sunny north, which means it must be time for Jim and Darren's Northern Canadian road trip. That has a ring to it.
It really does. Coming up, we'll take trains, planes, and automobiles through towns like Prince Rupert, Prince George, and Jasper.
We'll have multiple wildlife encounters, including
Wow.
eagles, elk, seals, whales, and even friendly grizzly bears. Hopefully they are
That's
friendly.
nicely said. And we'll put on our ridiculous captain's hats and pilot a BC ferry through the Inside Passage.
You do not want to be on that ship. All that and a lot more coming up, so stick around. Well, we kick off Jim and Darren's Northern Canadian road trip surrounded by gorgeous scenery on board a BC ferry. But this ain't your average ferry.
That's right, pal. This lap of luxury 15-hour journey weaves through the islands of the Inside Passage of British Columbia, with the final stop being Prince Rupert.
15 hours, you say?
15 hours.
There's a bar inside, right?
You bet there is.
Good.
Hey, buddy, look at that gorgeous lighthouse over there. Whoops, I realized what I've just done.
My cheap animated sight
I
gags.
just set you up for your cheap animated sight
Are you
gags.
ready?
Go ahead.
Say, Jim, look at that giant cartoon whale up there. Say, Jim, look at that leprechaun right there in the water. What's he doing there? Hey, Jim, look at that guy out there. He's swimming the Inside Passage all by himself. Wow.
Uh-huh. I noticed that last animated sight gag was in black and white. Why is that?
Budget cutbacks. This darn recession.
You know, there are a lot of great things you can check out on this ride north. This ferry comes equipped with its own sleeping cabins. You can also check out great dining and this Aurora Lounge, where you can check out the great view in these wonderful, comfy chairs.
This is a classy, very classy, exclusive lounge, and what I enjoy about the Aurora Lounge is the fact they offer free cookies, and as part of a balanced diet, I try to drive down about 7 or 8 of these packages a day.
A day.
Pretty much, yeah, it's doctor's orders. My friend, this is very exciting. We're going to go to the bridge of the BC Ferry Northern Expedition. We're going to meet the captain. We're going to sit in the captain's chairs. We're going to steer the ship, and we've got our cool captain's hats on. And afterwards, our parents are taking us to McDonald's.
That's right. But first, we're going to find out where the rest of the singers from the Village People are. Captain?
Hello,
Jim.
Hi, Jim. Welcome. Barrel
Thank you.
Captain, Darren, nice to meet you. Pleasure.
Nice to meet you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Well, this is kind of cool. We're actually on the bridge now, the Northern Expedition, and could we say that we're actually piloting the ship right now?
That's what I'm going with, yes.
Let's
they let
go
us
with
up
that.
on the bridge. Yeah, this is really cool. We're sitting in the, it's the captain's chairs here, right?
Feels good to have this kind of power.
It really does.
The respect we've always craved is finally here.
Goes with the hat, sir.
I noticed the crew's been laughing at these hats. Have you noticed
They're
that?
jealous of the hats. Well, we made it through the Inside Passage, and Darren and I find ourselves now in the coastal town of Prince Rupert. And though it's raining a little bit, it's not going to dampen our spirits.
That was well worded.
I know, I
Very
did that on
well
my
worded.
own.
This is a great little city, though. A lot of native history here, some interesting buildings, and we're going to check things out here and maybe then take a little boat cruise, see if we can find some mighty grizzlies.
Ooh.
I'm talking real grizzly bears.
Nice.
My friend, there's a lot of history here in the north. About a century ago, the coastline outside of Prince Rupert was dotted with mini fish packing canneries, which was one of the main industries back then.
That's right, pal. We are about a half hour outside of Prince Rupert at the North Pacific Cannery Natural Historical Site, where you can take tours and see this once thriving business and how it worked.
Well, it's amazing the antiquated salmon canning equipment is still working after all these years. I don't like this part, though, because it's the beheading part of the salmon. I don't like that part.
Yeah, head comes off here, and then it goes down here, and they take the tail off, and it goes around through here, and then it gets back up there, huh?
I don't want to hear about that. It's okay, little fella. It's okay.
I can't help but notice that you're petting fake salmon, which concerns me that you might be having a little trouble being here.
Well, you know, I've always felt at one with salmon. You may remember I lived my life as a salmon for some time back in the 90s. Check me out. I think I'm starting to spawn. I'm flopping around here like an Alaskan salmon. I'm spawning. I never realized I'd be this excited while spawning, but I can't. It's nature's taking its course.
Nature's calling
here.
you, and it's
Nature's
time
calling
for
me
you to spawn. Yes.
I'm a spawning. Man, I was so at one with nature back then.
Yeah, you really were alive back then, were you?
Wow, you sometimes forget just how much incredible history and beauty there is in British Columbia. Our Northern Canadian road trip continues after the break, but don't worry, folks. We'll be coming back to Prince Rupert later to search for the mighty grizzly bears.
Well, continuing with our Northern Canadian road trip, we appear to be on the move again. This time we're not on a boat, we're not on a plane. We appear to be on a train, a Via Rail train, I believe.
That's right, pal. We just left Prince Rupert. Our final destination is Jasper, but we're going to make a few stops along the way.
Check out this bar cart.
Bargain, boy, you're in a hurry to get to that car, aren't you?
Cramped in these train hallways. Gotta say, if you're gonna travel by train, this is the way to do it, though, isn't it?
Really old school elegance. We're sitting in the bar car waiting for the bar to open, checking out some great views.
I'm feeling this might have been the smoking car about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But the scenery's spectacular. It's a nice, smooth ride. A good way to travel. So I guess this is the Terrace Flea Market we're at right now. Is that an oil can? Yeah. That is cool.
I've been looking for this album for a long time. It's the Kenny Rogers Christmas album.
I found myself a Minnie Mouse phone here at a reasonable price. Hello, is Mickey there? This is Smithers.
Smithers,
BC.
That's all right.
It's kind of a nice little spot here, isn't it?
It really is. I tell you what's great about this is it's amazing how this landscape has not changed much from 300 years ago.
Let's go all aboard!
Parkman and I are off the train yet again, but this time we get to relax a little bit with an overnight stay here in the town of Prince George.
Perhaps a drink or three?
Possibly. Now, hey, this is exciting for you because I know you had your first radio job here, what, like 63 years ago?
It's kind of sentimental for me, actually. 24 years ago, I used to work in this town at CKPG as a TV news anchor boy.
Wow.
And it's kind of neat to be back. It's changed a lot since I was here that
Has
long
it
ago.
grown? We're not here long, but...
It's grown exponentially.
Well, here we are at North 54 Restaurant, one of the top spots here in Prince George, and having a good time relaxing.
Here's a toast to a long day on the train, my friend.
Yes.
We made it through. We're here
Good.
in my old hometown, and boy, it's good to be back, I gotta say. You know, one of my favorite memories of Prince George has to be its famous stalwart mascot, Mr. PG. Take a look. It's a good-looking guy, huh?
I've never seen that before.
He needs to work out a little bit, though. He's
Yeah,
got
just-
stick limbs.
That's the
Yeah.
local mascot.
That is. There's a giant
Really, eh?
statue of him right outside of town.
Wow, very nice. Cheers.
To Mr. PG.
Excellent.
Well, my friend, that's pretty spectacular, that mountain right in front of us there.
Yeah, that's Mount Robson. That is the highest, tallest mountain in the Canadian Rockies, known affectionately as the Dome.
I describe it as majestic.
Yes.
Hey, buddy, check this out. A grizzly right here, right by the train here. Look.
Oh, wow. That's a nice bonus when you're taking this train ride.
That's a good-looking bear.
Size of that thing, huh?
Well, this is my first time in Jasper.
Me
and
too.
I gotta say, it really is shades of Banff. It reminds me of Banff. It's got that alpine village feel.
Yeah, and like Banff, obviously, they get great skiing in the wintertime, and then the summer a whole different tourist comes here. So yeah, it's very much like that.
We just got off that long train trip through the northern part of the country, and I gotta say, this is like a metropolis, like New York City, compared to some of the small towns we've been to.
Well, now it's time for a little thing we like to call Jim and Darren Meet the People.
Or, as it's also known, approaching total strangers that would normally ignore us. Let's go. What is the best thing about Jasper, in your opinion?
All the people I'm with.
Jasper is just a beautiful town. There's lots to do here. It's surrounded by the mountains.
Quick question for you, Margaret. Are you by chance Canadian?
I love it for the fact it's very naturistic. It's not overdeveloped. So I like getting away here to relax.
Oh, the mountains. They're incredible.
The view is pretty spectacular, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah. Anything else you like about Jasper?
Um,
Seen any grizzlies?
no, not yet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, keep an eye out.
You come here often?
Once in a while, yes.
You having a really bad time with this interview?
Yes. Not great with cameras.
No, that's good. You did a great job. We'll leave you alone now.
Well, it doesn't matter where we go in the world. One thing we always do is find out where they make the beer. That's important.
That's right. And that's what we've done here in Jasper. We're at the Jasper Brewing Company. And are you ready to try a little suds?
When have I not been ready? Well, this is very exciting. I actually have butterflies in my stomach right now because we're at the place where beer is born. We're going to be drinking the beer on its own birthday. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get him a seatbelt, would you please? He's a little excited. Okay, we're here with Dave. Now, Dave, you're the brewer here, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Tell us what we're going to be about. We're about to drink.
We're gonna drink the Rock Hopper IBA.
Okay.
So hope you guys
Sounds
like
good.
hops.
This is virgin beer we're going to drink right here.
Right out of the tank. Cheers.
How long do you think it would take us to polish off the contents of one of these vats?
You and I? I think we could while away a leisurely afternoon in here. Cheers, Dave.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, I'm here with General Manager of the property, Marcus Treppenhauer. Tell our viewers out there about this spectacular Park Lodge, because it really seems to have been built with the of it blending in with the majestic surroundings.
Yeah, we call it the Great Canadian Lodge Experience. That's really how the property was meant to be. It resonates with our guests, resonates with our staff, and we want people to come here to experience nature.
You've got certainly a lot of activities. You've got golf just 100 yards from here. You've got skiing in the winter. There really is something for all seasons.
No, it is, I think, something we take great pride in, that the activities we have are world class, between our spa, our golf, our boating on the lake. You really don't have to leave the property. You can stay here all day and enjoy yourself.
Well, here's something you don't see every day. There's a giant, what is that thing? An elk.
That's an elk, a lot bigger than a deer.
Standing right behind us here on the hotel property, and they just are wild here, and pretty darn tame too. He doesn't look like he's threatened by us. I know we're threatened by him.
Well, we're in suit jackets, so I can see why he'd be threatened. But yeah, they're obviously so used to human contact, or humans being in the area, that he just eats his food like we did about an hour ago.
Crazy idea.
Right.
I'm gonna go try and ride him.
That is a very crazy idea. Management and security have already come over and said you can't do that.
Nobody can stop me. Well, even here in the wilds of Jasper, we've managed to locate some pretty swanky nightlife.
We have?
We got the sports coats on, we got the drinks. All we need now is someone to pay attention to us. Chances of that happening?
0.
Slim to none?
Yeah.
I was going to say slim to none. I was going to say 0. I was going to say
Slim to none.
Yeah.
But we are having a great time here, and the weather's great, and we're in our suit jackets enjoying some beer and wine.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Alone?
Alone. Cheers.
Cheers. Gotta say, my friend, this whole Northern Canada road trip thing, it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go as far as to say it's funsy cool. It's cool. It's Fonzie cool.
For people to get that reference, yes, nothing is more cool than Fonzie cool. You're right.
Hey, come on. Wild elks, wild seals, wild eagles, whales cresting.
Yes.
Pretty spectacular.
Seeing a grizzly from our via train, very cool.
Very, very cool. But the coolest has to be a real, live, wild grizzly expedition in Prince Rupert. Buddy, we're off to a good start. Check it out. Look at those seals out there on the rock.
A whole bunch of them there.
Cute little guys, aren't
Wow.
they? Cute little SOBs.
Buddy, I could top your seals.
Ah.
That's a whale right there.
Whoa, look at the size of that. Where is it actually walking to? It's hard to say. I don't know. He's going to go all the way along the coastline. Looking for food. Constantly looking for food.
Buddy, look at that. We got a whisper with 2 grizzlies. Look at that. That's a grizzly and 2 cubs. Look at that.
That's amazing. Look how close we are. Right on the beach here, I guess, feeding on the grass.
Yeah, no, I think they're digging. I think the mother is digging up the clams, I think.
Oh, hang on a second. Check that out. There's a wolf coming into the picture.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Whoa. Wait a second. It's coming awfully close. This is like a National Geographic special here. Wow.
You gotta think your money will be on the grizzly, right?
You would think so.
Yeah.
Well, this is not how I expected it to play out. Look, the wolf is chasing the grizzly and her cubs away. Wow.
You know what, though? I guess if you think about it, the mother's main concern is to get safety of the cubs, right?
I guess so. If they
She's
can
on her
avoid a
own.
fight, they
Yeah,
will. but
yeah.
Incredible wildlife right in front of us here.
This does not happen.
This is very rare to see this. Well, we've had a memorable time on our Northern Canadian road trip, but it's time to wrap things up with a cocktail or three here in beautiful Jasper, Alberta.
That's right, pal. But before we leave, as we always do, let's check out Jim and Darren's top 5 coolest things about our Northern Canadian road trip. Number 5.
Actually piloting the BC Ferry Northern Expedition in our official captain's hats.
They've asked us to leave.
Let's go.
Number 4. It's got to be enjoying some spectacular scenery aboard a Via Rail train.
Excuse me, it's kind of cramped in these train hallways. I just want to squeeze by.
Why are you in such a hurry?
Is there a bar cart down there?
Yeah.
I heard there was. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3. It's got to be drinking newborn beer at the Jasper Brewing Company. Cheers.
Thanks, Dave.
I love baby beer.
Number 2.
Being at one with nature in our sports coats. Look
Yes.
at the size of that elk. I'm liking this, Jasper.
And the number one coolest thing about our Northern Canadian road trip,
It's got to be actually watching a wild wolf chase away a mother grizzly and her cubs just outside Prince Rupert. Wow.
See you next time on The Travel Guys.
That is incredible.
Hotel accommodations for the travel guys provided by the Crest Hotel in Prince Rupert. In Prince George, the Coast Inn of the North. And in Alberta, the Fairmont Jasper Park Lodge. Sponsorship for the travel guys provided by Plaza Premium Lounge, Travel Pro Luggage and Holiday Group, Mavi Jeans, and Blundstone Boots.
Are you having a
Hello,
stroke?
is Nick
Are you having a
here?
stroke right now, or are you okay?
Oh, yeah, there it is. Nothing. Did you say that's right, pal?
I did.
Say that a lot, don't you?
Really? I think I did.